What if I told you that cryptocurrency, Web3, is much bigger than just cryptocurrencies and stable coins and revolutionizing the financial system? It is also going to revolutionize marketing, retail sales, and how we as everyday consumers interact with companies around the world. Marketing is changing rapidly, and you're probably noticing how interactive it's coming. They are going to have to grab your attention more and more. And companies like Smart Media Technologies is pairing up with BlockV to make this happen. So in this video, we're going to walk through what this marketing of the future is going to look like. So stick around to find out. But before we dive in, go ahead and hit that like button, that subscribe button, and leave a comment down below and let me know, have you heard of BlockV? Are you aware of this revolution that's coming on the back end of the cryptocurrency revolution? This old money game. So right here from Smart Media Technologies website, giving you an idea who they are and what they're about, it says engagement and loyalty built for the next generation. Smart Media powers the world's most effective Web3 experiences, driving ROI, deep data, and lasting loyalty for leading brands, banks, and sports organizations. Drive engagement, capture data, and deliver measurable ROI at every stage without reinventing your tech, team, or timeline. So Smart Media Technologies is the main company that is working with BlockV to change marketing as we know it. They have already been pairing up with major brands. Like I said, Pepsi is one of them. You have NBA, you have Seattle Kraken, San Francisco 49ers, Yahoo, FIFA, Visa. The list keeps going. I'm not going to list them all, but they have already paired with major brands. And as I said in the intro, it's been around since 2019 or before. So this technology is going to keep on growing. So as we know that the adoption with cryptocurrencies and stable coins, they're going to be adopted. It's coming to the market. It's not going away. So as we know that is coming through, we know what projects to get invested in with them already. I think it's imperative that we also look at other projects that maybe don't get a lot of light shed on them, because this is the other side of Web3 that doesn't really get a lot of attention because there's not a lot of hype behind it, which is great news for you if you are watching this video, because you have a chance to get in on a project that is so underrated right now that is going to revolutionize, like I said, marketing and retail as we know it. So stick around for the rest of this video because we're going to show you what that looks like in real time. Give you an idea who BlockV, what they're doing, who they're working with. I want to give you a quick list of their brand partners. We have American Express, Gucci, Visa, Pepsi, Yahoo, NBA, Burberry, eBay Motors, and it just keeps on going with the list of retail partners they already have or companies they're already working with. So you know these big names are already backing BlockV. You know the big names are already backing Smart Media Technologies. But what does this technology do, and why is it important to you, and why should you care? Well, check this out, because these videos I'm going to walk you through, there's going to be 3 different videos. It's going to be about a minute each on each one, but they are showing you in real time what this technology does. So stick around for it because it is truly fascinating when we look at it. But before I go in, I have to give a shout out to Crypto Canvas. If you see anything with BlockV, you really have to understand where it originated from. He was one of the first ones to bring BlockV to the masses. So I always want to give a shout out to the people and respect them that, really put this information out. He does a great job of breaking down BlockV as a whole and other projects like SHX Stronghold. He actually lays out Stronghold and V working together. So if you want to find out more about BlockV and go into a deeper dive, I want to point you toward Crypto Canvas. Check him out. Fantastic source. Well, let's go ahead and dive into what this technology looks like in real time. But keep in mind, this videos I'm showing you are coming from like the 2019 era. So you know this technology has developed massively since then, because you know the rate of adoption and how fast technology grows, right? Let's take a quick look so you get an idea what I'm talking about, and we're going to keep on going.
So we're here at NRF, launching for the first time this digital treasure hunt.
It's a massive show. There's so much here.
Participants are sent out into the conference floor. They then get these digital objects. They come back to our booth and they redeem them for actual tangible prizes.
This represents the evolution of advertising from just messages to actual digital objects. Now brands can provide consumers a way to really engage with their brand assets through digital objects.
NRF is truly a watershed moment for BlockV. We are seeing absolute incredible excitement. People coming from all walks of life in the retail community and saying, this is not just an efficiency. This is something that's going to fundamentally transform how retail is done. What we're doing here today.
Okay. So as you see right there, they're talking about be able to put little images out in the world that you can't see unless you have a camera to see that. So where have we seen this anywhere else? And think about being able to walk down the street, seeing a billboard or a sign, and be able to scan it and then get some kind of reward for that from that company. Let's say it's Coca-Cola. You hit that sign, you scan it, you're able to get points from that. So to really grasp your mind around that, we're going to walk through and show you what I'm talking about. But to kind of give you an idea and bring it to your reality as of today, you probably have heard of the game or played the game Pokémon GO. It's an older game, but think about what that really was. And on the screen here, you'll see that Pokémon GO, you essentially saw these images in the real world using your phone. You captured that image off of the real world, stored it in your phone as a gamified reality, right? So marketing is becoming a gamified reality. That's what marketing is becoming. They need you to be more interactive. But not only do you need to be interactive, you need to be rewarded for that interaction with those companies. No longer are you just seeing a billboard and not getting paid for it. You're going to be seeing these signs and getting paid for it via point systems or whatever. But that's why things like Stronghold or ZBCN, ZBEC, if you know it, getting payments in real time, those when these companies are very important because you got to be able to pay you in real time. And through this technology, companies can pay you in real time, either that be currency or it could be a point system. But look at Pokemon GO and really understand what that was. It was more of a rollout to what Web3 and crypto is. And that's, in my view, they were able to mass test this technology to see if it can be done, in which we saw how massive Pokemon GO was. It can absolutely be done. So let's go on and look on a little bit more about what they are using. They call it a virtual atom, or you might call it a Vatom. But right here in this video clip, they kind of break down and show you and walk through what that looks like in real time on a cell phone on your device. So check this out.
Individual objects. These are not pictures of objects. These are actual autonomous, unique objects on a blockchain. These objects move from one place to another and are unique in that they can only be in one place. When I take one off of there, it no longer exists in that billboard. Now I have it. It's legally transferred ownership to me. I don't have it in my inventory. Doesn't matter how I acquired it. It's independent of how it's acquired. Anywhere I can see my inventory, I can see my stuff. One of my things now is this Vatom. I've now redeemed it. And rather than it just becoming a normal coupon, which I get my Coke for, it's come back as an empty Vatom, as an empty Coke, which is giving me an opportunity to have a living, breathing conduit relationship back to the brand. So now it's incenting me to send it on. As I send it on, you see that it actually fills up. So it's giving me more and more value the more I share.
Okay, so in that video, you saw how he walked through scanning the billboard, scanning the QR code, what have you, and it physically takes that off that billboard, off that QR code, and puts it into your phone. You might bring it into your phone as an empty. There's your first step of your interaction. Now, if you want to get a free soda, let's say now you want to pass that on to friends, and as you do so, you start passing it around, it will fill up that bottle, quote unquote, just a point system, if you look at it that way. It's just more gamified and fun. And then once you fill that bottle up, you can take it to a retailer, scan it, and then that takes it off of your stores, your app. You no longer have that coupon, if you will, because it's all it is a virtual coupon that's interactive. That's the best way to really sum that up. But using Pokemon GO, you can see how that became a reality. But it doesn't stop there. They actually take it a next step further. And in this video, we're going to show you how it goes, not just from grabbing it off the website or grabbing it off the QR code. You can now combine them and make a completely different product or a completely different coupon. So check this out. It's very fascinating, about 40 seconds. Don't go anywhere. I promise you, it's really fascinating information.
Object of a key. It showed me on its map that there's a crate nearby. I go into the map. I'm acquiring that crate into my inventory. It's now left the map. I've had it, but you see the crate is actually useless on its own. I can't open it, but luckily I have the key. This shows the power of combinability. I now have the key. I can put it on the crate. I can open the crate. This crate is now enabled to explode with things tailor-made for me. This crate can now open, and inside it has objects that I can now take into my inventory. It makes a gamification process of getting gifts and giveaways and coupons and digital works of art and other things that you might find in these crates. So now those things showed up in my inventory. As an example, there's a stamp from Peter Diamandis.
Okay, so as you see there, you can now combine the two to make a completely different thing. You can make a lockbox, drop it on a corner for a friend, and that nobody can access that unless you have that key to access that. So you can send a Dropbox to a corner. When a friend gets there, he scans it or she scans it, whoever, they're able to grab that. They have the key already, combine those two together. There's information in that box they can access. Then also on top of that, that information in that box, let's say you're getting a drop from a company or there's a package coming from a store you like. They put these crates out there to incentivize people to come in their store, to shop around their store. So at this point now, what's in that crate, you don't like it. Maybe it's a Starbucks drink. You don't drink Starbucks, right? Well, you can send that to a friend and you can do like a bartering system. Like, hey, I don't want this free Starbucks drink, but hey, I do like Coca-Cola. So send me a Coca-Cola in return and we'll switch it out. And your friends and yourself can barter for different coupons. That's pretty cool itself. But also to go a step further, now think about combining all this information together. Think about you're seeing Pokemon GO out there in the real world, but through your phone. So take that and magnify it and think about today where we have Ray-Bans, the Google specs. I think even Snapchat has glasses now, right? So they're trying to start getting you used to wearing glasses to get information about the world around you. Now take that with these different Vatoms floating around you everywhere. You're walking down the street of whatever city you're in. You have your glasses on because everything is going to be in your glasses now, going forward, because you can already look at the Google specs, look at a building. It tells you all that information about that building, that kind of stuff. But on top of that, you can then start seeing these different Vatoms floating around you in real time. So your billboards no longer are stationary in one spot in a 2-dimension. It becomes a 3-dimensional marketing campaign that's going to be all around you. I promise you, when these companies figure this out and how to really roll this out to the masses and people are walking around these glasses and you're walking around scanning this or scanning that, or if you're using your phone, scan that, scan this, you're going to become way more interactive with your marketing, with your companies to really compete for your attention. So this really is going to be some fascinating, mind-blowing technology once we see it. I can't wait to see how that's going to look like in real life. Yes, this technology is in its super infancy stage, but again, you could take this 5 to 10 years from now when it's in mass adoption, and you can see how that all comes together. So if you've been around for a while and you are somebody like right over here, Cobra One Staying 2, he has been around forever. It says, I watched you from your first video. I enjoy all of them. You have probably seen this video here, which I did make a very similar BlockV video back in April 2025. So this video, to be fully transparent, as I tell you on this channel, I like to be transparent. This video is a bit of a recreation, but I recreated it because I think BlockV is a very fascinating and powerful project that I think people need to be aware of. And I did not do it justice in the other one. The audio was off, the visuals were off. I was still learning. So I wanted to bring that back out and give it justice, and also give a shout out to Cobra for hanging around for so long. I do appreciate it. That's all I have on this video for you. But until then, take care of yourself, take care of the people around you, and always be the change you want to see in the world. I'll see you on the next one.